Satellytics is a software company that focuses on the area of geospatial analytics. That's a proven science from many years ago called remote sensing that's been updated to not only identify constituents, but also in many instances quantify them. The unique set of data that we use is based on the sun shining its rays on the Earth's surface or bodies of water, what reflects back to a sensor that's typically on a satellite but could also be on a fixed-wing aircraft, a drone, a camera, or a stratospheric balloon, are unique spectral signatures that identify the target and in many instances quantify it. We're going to focus in on green infrastructure where large cities are paying monies to keep healthy vegetation for two main reasons. One, the offset of carbon footprint, and two, that during large weather events, typically rain, the healthier the vegetation, the more absorbent, the more quantity that it will lessen the impact on the rest of its surrounding infrastructure. What you're looking at on the screen is having logged on to Satellytics, its cloud-based software. Once the data has been processed, literally within a couple of hours, the customers have got the results and showing alerts and alarms that are outside the thresholds that they've set. You log on, two-factor authentication, there's a menu to the top. You pull it out and it will show you your options. You can hide that menu, or you can look at the project itself immediately. There are two ways to look at the results. There are alerts and alarms, which you, the customer, set, including the language that you want to look at, or you could be looking at the map of the area that you have focused your attention to, and you can zoom in on that area and get a better indication visually as to where you want to look at the analysis. There are color-coded markers, again set by the customer. We never delete any data, so you have a timeline window that you can look at more or less of the alerts and alarms. If you want to look at an alert, you could click on it. It will give you some initial summary data which you get to choose, including the type of the alert, its classification, its status, its longitude and latitude. That can be hidden if you wish. It will, of course, also highlight on the left-hand side of the screen the alert itself, including an ongoing audit trail as to what's happened in this particular alert and its status, or indeed, you might want to zoom into the area. If you zoom into the area, you have a number of different choices. You could turn on the analysis, and immediately you could be looking at the vegetation health over that area. Or you could have been looking at not just the vegetation health during the growing season, but the difference over time. What is the trend of this vegetation and what has happened over time? If you look at the vegetation health itself, then you can always look at comparison points using the detailed view to pull back any data and have the data side by side to pull back any particular dates in one window and compare it to the date in the secondary window. That power lets you look at any sets of data and can see if there is a progression, if you're remediating a certain area and how targeted your activities are being. Many thanks for taking a look at Satellytics. For further information, please visit www.satellytics.com.